Hey everybody, welcome back. This is John the 4-Row Farmer. Today we're over in beautiful Odebolt, Iowa at Terraplex Ag, picking up the T20P so we can start spraying the crops for 2024. And we're gonna give it the maiden voyage right here. We're filling it up with some water. We got a route spacing all figured out right here, and we are gonna try to get this all figured out.
Means we just had to turn it on. We're gonna exit out of there.
Okay.
Now touch your field again. We're gonna select that field. Now we're gonna go to use again.
Okay.
Fasten all on locks securely to prevent potential safety risks.
All of our settings are good.
Backward obstacle avoidance enabled.
We're letting that pick up the satellites there. See that?
And how many will that have?
28.
28, okay.
When it's picked them all up.
And this is telling me there's 4.7 gallons in there based on the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
100% battery. That's your battery for your internal battery on the remote.
Okay.
Now we've got
13. Whoop.
13.
20, 21.
What we haven't done is check our settings. That top gearbox, top right hand is a gearbox. That's going to be our drone settings. This is our speed, our connecting, routing, and return to home speed. We're gonna max that out.
Okay.
We're gonna push yes.
At a safe speed.
A safe speed. 16 feet. What that's saying is right now it's going to take off from here, go up to 16 feet, fly out to our task, drop down to our operating height, and then spray.
Okay.
We can change that at any time.
Okay.
We can always go to this
In
setting,
flight.
in flight,
Okay.
anytime we want to. We're also going to have the option to change that before we take off.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to go down here and set. Those are all at hover. We want to hit that box. We want those all to be returned to home.
Is that generally what you have it on, is return to home? Okay.
This should always stay that way once you set it.
Okay.
But it's a good idea to just go in and check them.
Okay.
Okay, here's the max flight distance and max flight altitude.
Yep.
That's where I was saying, I don't know if we can spray that for them because it's that far away.
Yep.
6,000 and whatever that feet is.
Yep.
That's as far as we can plan a autonomous mission.
Okay. Will the remote get that far?
It will if you have line of sight or to the drone.
Right,
it will
right.
read that far,
Okay.
yes. You can change that if you're operating within 50 to 100 feet of where you're at and you've got 5 gallons left and it's going to hit 30%. You can always come into your settings, go to your battery, drag that down quick, and then it'll change that from 30 to 20 or 15 or whatever.
Critical low battery.
At 5%, it's going to land.
Okay.
Wherever it's at. At
Okay.
5% battery, it's going to land. So.
And low battery will start coming back when it hits 30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Make sure, that's the one thing I check. Warning, it's just going to beep at you.
Okay.
And if you don't catch it and you're too far away and you let it keep going, it might not make it home.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
So we'll return to home. Those are the 3 main things that I check before we fly: is the drone settings, the signal settings, and the battery.
Perfect. Perfect.
So after we do that, we've got 28%. We got 28 satellites. Let's go to exit again.
Okay.
Touch your field.
All right.
Use.
And this is the camera view right from the camera right now. That one that we had back over here in the corner. That one.
So you, to switch back and forth, we can touch it.
Okay.
It'll go back
Any of
and
these
forth.
toggles up here do that?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Now it says start. It wouldn't say start before because we didn't have enough satellites.
Okay.
Now that we got enough satellites, it's ready to go.
Okay. And it has to take all 28 to get it to go.
And maybe not all quite 28, but it takes more than 4 or 13.
Okay.
So now if we step back, we hit start, it's going to go.
Okay. And then it'll fly that route that we already...
It'll fly that. It'll fly the task that you just set up.
Okay.
So.
And then it'll return back.
It'll return to home.
All right.
Hopefully.
All right. I'm going to get out of the blade thing here.
If it gets empty, we're flying over that tree or those lines or that tree, we're going to have to adjust that accordingly.
Okay. So then it'll come in, land here.
Well, right now it's set at 16.
Okay.
We'll kind of adjust.
Let's say you had to come over that power line, you'd probably...
40.
Yep. Okay.
That tree, 60. Start high.
Yep.
As you fly over, you can say, hey, I'm within 20 feet. You can drop that down.
Okay.
At 13 feet, it's going to see it as a mouse going break.
Okay.
These two, see that one's green? You want that bottom one to be green too.
Okay.
Once that all looks good and those two are green, you can swipe that.
Okay. And this one is up and down. If it.
One second.
Take it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, now we go.
Yep. Hit resume.
Okay, now it's coming back in with that.
Yep.
Go ahead and resume.
See what it says. See what it does.
It's within 19 feet, so it must be
sensing. It's sensing that trailer in this, but just hit confirm. Okay.
Slide to execute.
Start task.
So we had to override that just with incorrect
preparing
all
to
this
take
stuff.
off.
But
Stand
you'll have to do
back
that
at a
3
safe
times,
distance.
4 times before it's actually. Now you're going to pause here. Let's mark it as on clock.
Okay.
So now it's flying on 16 feet. You'll notice as you see that, if the sun was coming this way, or if you could see your spray,
Yep.
at 90 or 50, 90 parts per million, you're really going to be able to see a mist.
Okay.
If you change it up to 500, you're going to be like, is it even spraying?
Well, it seems like, yeah, that's...
So the coarser, typically you'll run, if it's breezier than you like, you're going to run 500.
Right,
parts per
right,
million.
right.
If it's fairly calm, you might run 250 to 350.
Okay.
Very rarely are you going to run real fine.
How, I mean, and you're just basing that based on your drift pattern that you're seeing coming out of it.
Yeah. And you remember this is water too, so
Yep.
it's the lightest darn thing you're going to spray through this thing.
Would you put much additives to it to make it so it to go up drops?
On fungicide and insecticide we do usually. Yep. Master Lock or any BSN has a product. I mean you can.
I bet you the neighbors probably think, what is he out there spraying right now? It's like 500-mile-an-hour
This is
winds.
the best watered piece of property in Odebolt.
The non-irrigated irrigated piece.
Non-irrigated irrigated piece, yeah.
And so this is keeping track of just the...
That's basically with the wind. It's just holding.
compensating.
It's holding its,
Okay.
Yep, it's holding its route.
And the same thing with like the dry box. When you put that in there, it's going to be doing the same thing, counting down weight-wise, spinning out. You don't probably adjust any... You adjust your gates opening, correct?
Over here where we did our gallons per acre, you'll have an RPM setting for your spinner disc.
Okay.
And you'll say how many pounds per acre. And
Okay.
then it'll automatically adjust your gate opening off that.
Okay. And now, I heard you have a coarse grate and a fine grate, correct? For that? Or
So-
not a gate, but a spinner disc.
Yes. So there's a smaller gate and then a normal gate is what they call it.
Okay.
Most of the time with the T20P, the normal gate will be fine. Now,
Okay.
if you get into something where you're only going to spread 2, 3, 4 pounds an acre,
Okay.
you might want a smaller gate.
But like 75 pounds an acre,
You'll want the big gate.
300 pounds an acre.
Just dump it out the bottom.
Does that ever make you nervous thinking it's not going to stop?
So now it's going to hover at 10 feet. And then we'll ask you to auto lane the main. It's the first time it's auto lane. So now you're going to pull your hose out.
Okay.
So right here it tells you that's how many acres, that's how many gallons.
Obstacle above aircraft.
Remaining is 5.54 acres, you need 10 more gallons.
Okay. So the green is orientated which way then? Is it backwards? Okay.
It's back. To me, it's backwards.
Right, it seems like green should be out. All right, so then this little thing here, does that mean anything? Does that mean those up
No,
there?
we can hit them. You can touch it and see what it
Okay.
does. It might not have any application.
Aircraft at starting point, task starting. That's if you want to probably update your home point.
Yep.
And then if you want to have standard
Yep.
road. And do you need to have a internet signal to get the actual map? Like to
No.
get the satellite map? Once you've downloaded
Yes.
it?
Once you grab that image,
Okay.
that satellite image, you do not need internet.
Okay,
or Wi-Fi
because we've
connection.
noticed on that Mini 3, unless you're connected to Wi-Fi, you don't have the mapping. Otherwise, it's
mapping,
just the
yes.
standard
Yep.
map.
Same way here, but once you grab that imagery, you can get rid of your Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And that imagery's there.
Hey everybody, this is John again. We are getting the T20 loaded up and headed out. Going to thank Ryan here for all the time. And
Thank you very much. Good luck.
if you guys are in any need for any drone, Terraplex Ag, Odebolt, Iowa, and multiple locations across.